Good. Hi. Come here. Come here. Nipples. Out. Come here. Come here. Come here. Ready? Yes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kimberly, and today is a absolutely beautiful day here. So I thought we would get out and do some talking, do some training, have a good time. I wanted to talk today about engagement. Engagement is probably the most important first step of training. If you are not sure what engagement is, if you're not sure if you have good engagement with your dog, then stick around. So what exactly is engagement? Well, obviously you know what the word engagement means, but what does that mean in dog training, and how does it relate to you and your dogs? Well, the way I always say it is positive engagement is the difference between the relationship you have with your friends versus the relationship you have with somebody like your boss, right? So when you're around your boss, most of the time, unless you and your boss are like actual friends, but when you have a boss, you're pretty much just working for them, right? You don't spend a lot of time engaging with each other. You don't spend a lot of time actually doing things outside of what you've been told to do, versus the relationship you have with your friends, which is just you guys having a good time. Sure, there might be some work involved, some responsibility here and there, but for the most part, you and your friends go out together to enjoy each other's company. That's kind of the same thing. So engagement is extremely important when you're working with your dog and training with your dog, because that's the difference. Would you prefer to spend all of your time at work engaging with your boss and being told what to do? Or would you much prefer to be out with your friends and going and having fun and doing things that you enjoy and they enjoy and doing together? So that's pretty much a breakdown of it. A lot of people hear me say engagement and they think that what I'm talking about is going through obedience. You call your dog over to you with food, you say sit, stay, down, you run through a slew of commands and you say, I'm engaging with my dog. Well, that might be great for you and you might enjoy spending time with your dog in that way, but that doesn't necessarily mean that your dog is equally enjoying the interaction. So that is when you have to look at other types of engagement in things that your dog actively enjoys doing, and just there's no end goal. There's having fun, there's your dog enjoying themselves, there's you enjoying yourself. And once you have a good understanding of positive engagement with your dog, then you can really start bringing that into your training. And your dog will be much more attentive to what you're asking of them, and they're going to be much more excited to train with you. Now, what I say about positive engagement, I don't necessarily mean like positive training or force-free training. What I mean is what your dog enjoys. So your engagement can absolutely have rules. Games, for example, they should have rules, or at least boundaries to some extent. Obviously, if you're playing tug with your dog, and you tell them that they can't bite your hand, and you say, something like that, that would be kind of like a negative, because they can't do what they want. But at the same time, it's not ruining the game. You're just building off of that. You're teaching your dog boundaries. No, you do not, ma'am. You're teaching your dog boundaries and how to engage with you, which is another aspect of engagement that's extremely important, is you are actively teaching your dog how to be with you. And that is incredible in building a relationship between you and your dog. Because if your dog doesn't understand how to engage with you in a meaningful way to both of you, then there's a huge breakdown there in your relationship. That means your relationship is completely one-sided, right? Because if your dog doesn't know how to get your attention without having to go through certain behaviors or rules that only you enjoy, then they're not going to be very happy about doing that whenever they have to do it. And they're going to purposely find ways around that. Because if it's not something that they enjoy, then why bother, right? So they're going to, instead of actively participating and engaging with you, they're going to find ways around doing that. What are, oh god, I've got stuff in my eye. So what are some things that you can do? Well, playing is a big one. Games that your dog enjoys, tug, fetch, things of that nature. If your dog really enjoys food, you can do food games, which, I mean, what dogs don't enjoy food, and you can incorporate that. But just anything that your dog really enjoys that gets their attention. But really the takeaway from this I want people to understand is there doesn't have to be an end goal, right? So when we look at training, we tend to go into training a lot of times being like, okay, this is how we start and this is the end goal. This is what I need to happen at the end of it. I need this specific behavior at the end of what we do. And with engagement, that shouldn't be your end goal. You shouldn't look at it with getting from point A to point B. It should strictly be about you and your dog having fun and enjoying themselves. After that, when you incorporate it into training, then you can have a set goal in mind. But when you're just engaging your dog, there shouldn't be an end goal, right? Like, you don't go out with your friends and be like, hey, you want to come over and hang out, and be like, okay, I'm going to need you to do this at the end of us hanging out together. Like, I'm going to need this from you, right? If you had a friend that was like that, who's like, hey, you want to come and hang out? But at the end of us hanging out, I need to make sure that you do this specific thing. Like, you help me move at the end of this, or you help me do this, or you make sure that you pick something up for me, right? Like, you're probably going to start avoiding your friend if there's always an ultimatum and there's always an end goal in mind. So that's why you need to designate specific times for engagement, which is just kind of a part of dog ownership. You need to set specific times for just playing and just enjoying each other's company and just doing things together where you are building your relationship. You get off from under that camera. Things like that. My dogs know exactly what that means. That is just me being silly with them. And usually at home she would start getting the zoomies when I do that, but whatever. I threw food around the ground just to keep them occupied while I'm trying to discuss this. But anyways, I got a couple of toys in here. I got a few things in here that I brought with me. I brought a flirt pole, which is probably one of Druid's favorites. Yes. I brought a tug that we do. This is one of Nickel's favorites. And I brought this. So this game is chase. Obviously, they have to chase this. Now, some of my rules for this include they are not allowed to jump at it until I give them the okay. Wait. They're not allowed to just grab this from my hand. Wait. Even if I shake it. Wait. Yes. Oh, she got it. She got it. She got it. That's actually not supposed to happen, but it's kind of been a mishap in my favor because it breaks away without actually destroying the whole toy. So I really like that. Wait. Wait. So those are my rules of engagement for this game, and the reason I do that is for safety reasons, because obviously I do not want my dogs jumping and grabbing at me. I want my dogs to have an awareness of me, my person, where I am, because they could definitely cause injury to me if I just let them go wild and and grab it however they wanted, but at the same time, they're engaged with me right now, right? So I do what they want, and we have a lot of fun. They can go absolutely crazy, and the only rule that we have is that you are aware of me, and you are aware of not biting me, not jumping up on me, and not accidentally nailing me. So obviously I can have some mishaps where I can go out of eyesight for a second, you know, but that's just kind of the nature of things. Wait. Wait. Yes! Oh! Oh, 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 she got it, she got it! You gotta be quicker than that! Oh my God, she's crazy! Nichols, out. Wait, hey, out. Thank you. Easy. Wait. Wait. Drew. Yes, Nichols. Yes. Easy. Wait. Yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, she did it again. She got it again. Good job. Good. Good job. Good girl. Hi. Left. Left. Yes. Good. 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 True. True. Good. Yes. Oh, good job. Right. Left. Left. Yes. Good. Gonna put this on my other side. Hey. Good. Yes. Yep. Good. Good girl. And that game and that engagement, playing by my rules, geared her up to pay attention to me. Left. Yes. See how much attention she is giving me because of that game. Yes. Yes. She's giving me loads of attention right now from engagement. Because she's what is in store, right? See how intense she is on me? Hey. Yes. Up. Yeah. Good. You gotta get in tight, man. Yeah. Good. So that's what engagement can help and do, especially when you do it regularly and your dog understands what that means, what you're doing, what's going on. She Nichols isn't engaging with me right now is because I let her have the toy. Why am I letting her have the toy and not asking her for anything right now? Simply because it's easier for me to focus on one dog versus two and the camera. Yes. So while I'm talking and I'm engaging with the camera and you guys, I'm kind of, you know, letting her go off and do her own thing right now. If I didn't have the camera that I was paying attention to, then I would also be engaging with her in the same way that I'm engaging with Druid right now. Yes. Hey. Yes. Yes. Sure. Yes. Yes. Good.